want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back rib. Chili, baby back, rib.
3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council. I'm your host, WebDave, along with my co-host, RHETRI. What's up, RHETRI?
I'm doing good, Dave. How you doing, brother? Just
I'm good,
another
man.
day. I was up late last night. I'm not gonna lie.
Were you?
Yeah. After the podcast and stuff, we decided to play some Halo. So shout out to everyone who played with us last night. Red Dead Panda, Jedi Peter, FarQ joined us.
FarQ.
And OBM. But FarQ, I need to shout him out specifically because he's 5 hours ahead of us. That dude played with Halo with us till 8 a.m. his time. So shout out to that crazy mofo for sticking it out with us. Appreciate it, man. But we had a blast. Man. It was a ton of fun.
Awesome.
So
FarQ, don't be a pussy. I'm just kidding. We love FarQ.
Oh, man.
He's a good dude, man.
And look who we got with us, man. SloMoBackSlap. What's up, buddy?
What up, man? How's it going, Dave? How's it going, RHETRI? What's up, Ray?
What's going on,
you guys
brother?
doing, man?
Oh, man. It's great to have you on again, buddy. And I know you're going to have some hot takes today, and we can hardly wait to dive into your insight. That's for sure.
Always.
First time to the podcast, Ray, the bounty hunter, or what was it? Dirt messaged me and said 5 foot assassin. What is that?
I got so many nicknames. It's crazy, but Ray the bounty hunter out here. Ayo, we out here today. We gonna talk some shit today.
Sounds good, man. Sounds great. Great to have you on, man. You're really coming up on the scene, and we appreciate you and that you're here and stuff, and I believe nothing but love when Dirt does that kind of stuff. So that's the good thing, he likes you when he picks on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He picks on me a lot. Anyway,
I was the first one who actually started making fun of Dirt on his channel. I didn't think it would go.
You started that shit.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was gonna take off, and it never stopped.
Ray. Dirt should owe you like a 10. He gets a lot of super chats because of you, brother. I think you need to let him know. Maybe percentage should be in the works here. Just say, sorry.
It's hilarious. I cannot be as funny as some of these guys in the chat. I don't know how to even come up with it. I try.
Good. That's good.
They come up
and look,
FarQ
is here now, and FarQ, you missed it. FarQ.
Yeah, buddy.
Is he just waking up?
He must be just been waking up.
Probably after last night. Yeah.
CP time. CP.
Yeah.
RHETRI, we do have a super chat from the one and only
our guy. Yeah.
There we go.
The dependable Adidas 20 with the $10 says, I said, hey, yo, Wednesday night delight in the house. What's up, everyone? Hey,
that's another one of my nicknames. That's another one of my nicknames. Wednesday night delight.
I thought he was doing some like lyrics, like hey yo, like from
because when I start my show, I'll be like, hey yo, it's the Wednesday night delight.
There you go. See, now we got it in context. That's awesome. That's
yeah.
Now better watch out, RHETRI. Now Ray is going to be like demanding a cut of this show too. Jeez.
I know, right? Yeah. Careful what you super chat, Adidas.
No, we're just kidding. Man. All right. So RHETRI, where we gonna start with?
Sir.
I know what it is, but let's go for it.
We always start. I'll start with you, Ray. We always like asking everyone what games you've been playing and any movies or TV shows that you've been watching that have caught your interest as of late.
Okay. Well, let me start with movies and TV show.
Sure.
I'm like everybody. I just made it to episode 4 of Fallout.
Very nice.
I watched Roadhouse recently.
Yeah.
the
How'd you
newer
like
one.
that? How'd you like it?
Even though Connor can't act, it was okay. they could have called it. They could have called it anything else, and it'd have been okay. But they called it Roadhouse. They called it Roadhouse, and that would make people mad. But it's not a bad movie. And
yeah, it's like stupid fun. I think.
Exactly. And then
very stupid.
Yeah.
It's very stupid. But I had a good time with it. It's just so goofy. It's just like
it's super goofy, way over the top. But you know what? Sometimes I feel like we kind of missing those types of movies sometimes. That's why I enjoy shows like The Boys that just they know what they are and they don't give an F and they just lean into it. I feel that's what Roadhouse. If you guys get to watch it, it is way over the top, corny as hell, but kind of fun.
I'm not gonna lie, Amazon kind of killing it right now. With
that's I agree.
Invincible,
yep,
everything. But that's with far as games, even though I'm the only person in the world to still be playing Skull and Bones, that's I'm still sticking in there. But last night we also had a game night and we were playing Halo, and they had me up to like 12 o'clock playing Halo live on stream, and somebody first I was playing like trash, and somebody called me out. I was like, oh, okay, now I gotta start sweating. So I had to start sweating after that.
Yeah.
But
that's the worst thing about streaming, though, man. You can't hide if you're not doing good that night. You can't hide that shit. It's everyone can see it.
Not at all. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all for me, though.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Slomo, let's go over to you. Obviously, you're a Roadhouse hater.
I like the original.
TV shows. I do too.
Swayze, man. That was a good movie.
The Swayze was the shit back in the day for sure. But any other movies or TV shows you've been watching, and of course, what games you've been playing?
I just recently, and look, I'm not a big anime fan, or manga fan, so I know that some people are going to be like, you just getting into this, but Solo Leveling is freaking excellent. Like, even if you're just like a casual anime person, you probably will really dig it. It's that good.
I don't know if I've heard of that one. Where is that? Like, where are you watching?
You can watch it on Crunchyroll. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. I think it's probably going to start showing up in other places soon, but definitely Crunchyroll has it. You can watch the whole. You can even watch it dubbed like I do, like a super casual, because I can't be bothered to read the subtitles.
I do the same thing. Yeah,
I will take the terrible voices and voice acting over.
That's how I
having
watched
to sit
Attack
there
on
and try to
Titan,
read
man.
it.
And I got a lot of shit for that. I don't care. F you guys. Like I watch most of it that way, and then like it takes for months for the new ones to come out for Attack on Titan. And was like, just watch it. I'm like, no, I've watched like 1,000 episodes of that thing with English dubs. I'm not switching over now. So
right.
Yeah. Fuck it.
I've been watching Shogun. Shogun,
yes, brother.
So good.
Yeah, Shogun. 100%.
It's like feudal Japan, Game of Thrones. It's awesome. And because of that, and because of the amazing Anna Sawe, I think that's how you say her last name. I probably butchered it.
Is that the beautiful print, the beautiful one in there? Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
that kind of falls in love with him a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. She's also in Monarch, which is on Apple Plus, and I started watching that because of her. And Monarch is it's kind of like a spinoff of like Godzilla. So it's about the organization that's like trying to like hunt Godzilla and stuff. It's really good. That's good too. So
I watched it. I didn't realize it was the same. I didn't realize it was the same girl. And now I'm thinking about it. Holy shit! Yeah. Monarch.
It's worth a watch. I think I like Shogun a little bit better, but mostly because I like that political
Shogun
intrigue.
Is fire, dude.
Yeah.
Way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and then Fallout, of course. I binge watched the entire thing in like a day and a half. So I've watched all 8 episodes.
You were unhealthy for a couple of days too. Like,
I was a little off, at work, and they're just all like, "Hey, 2 + 2 isn't 5, right?" I got it. I'm trying to get back on the same page. We working with it, but no, it's really good. I thought if are we going to really get into that, or
we will?
Wait?
Yeah, we will. I would say just mention it. We're gonna kind of maybe deep dive a little bit into our thoughts on Fallout. So yeah, we'll just quick mention it right now, but we'll definitely be talking about that shit for sure.
Ray, is there any games you've been playing?
Yeah, he's playing Halo. He said.
Well, we played Halo last night on community night. I've been playing. I'm playing Skull and Bones, which I got a solo with because obviously nobody plays it.
Because you're all by yourself.
All by myself. You know, I do the regulars, the 2Ks, and I just downloaded Battlefield 2042 again. I'm gonna get back on it. So I'm kind of waiting for help.
A lot of people shit on that game. I think it's good. I think it's come a long way.
Yeah,
I like Battlefield, man.
Yeah. And one day I just want a lot of people, like, because you can put 120 some people in there. So get the community
Ultimate
one day.
Game night.
Get it.
Hell yeah,
exactly.
Right. We gotta. You know what? I'll talk to you afterwards about that shit. I'm trying to get a big community night going on right now with a bunch of people in the community for Halo too. But Battlefield, I'm down for that one as well, man. If we could fill that lobby, shit, that would be sick.
Great.
Yeah.
I like Battlefield without the vehicles, like all the modes that don't have Blackhawks like stalking me like across the map are the ones that I'm down with. Yeah,
I'm with you, Slomo. I would drive those vehicles, but like, if I get in a helicopter, we're crashing. Like I am not good at that shit. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you drive?" No. Unless you want to kiss the ground soon.
You want to live?
You want to live? Yeah. You want to make it 5 feet? Yeah. I'm not your guy.
I've been playing Dragon's Dogma 2. I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and for like the fifth time through Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Damn, dude.
I love that game so much.
Can't get enough.
It's like my fifth playthrough, and it's still just, I need another Fire Emblem game. Like I need that ASAP, Nintendo. They need to work on that. But no, Dragon's Dogma 2. I think I'm at, like, I was doing everything and all the funny stuff and like throwing your pawns off a cliff and then jumping off and they catch you kind of stuff. And now I'm just I love that. Yeah. I just need to finish the game now. All the extra stuff is done.
I do too. I need to finish the damn thing. I get distracted so easily. But I don't want to make this like a Dragon's Dogma 2 podcast, but how are you enjoying it? Do you like, is this like one of your top games for this year, or where do you place Dragon's Dogma out of curiosity?
It's like top 3 for me this year. And, you know, I don't know how the year is going to go because it's just April, right? So anything else a bunch of the games could kind of like, push it out. But I think the story is just kind of just basic. Like the story, like the real draw to the game isn't like a lot of the reasons that people play RPGs, like amazing characters, amazing stories, set events. I agree with none of that stuff. All that stuff's very generic and basic. It's the how each vocation, each class is so different than the previous one, and it really changes the play style and just the weirdest stuff that happens in the world. Like I'm walking because there's no fast travel, so I'm just walking around. I get attacked by a Cyclops. I kill him. I get attacked by some giant goat-looking thing, and then I kill him. Right, and then and now that I'm finally done fighting them guys, then like a griffin buzz bombs me, and I start fighting them. It's just
I thought I was the only one. I'm like, why am I getting fucking triple teamed? Like every time I kill some giant, another goddamn giant shows up. I'm like, dude, there's no breaks in this game.
Right, like his cousin shows up, like trying to give him backup or something. It's just like, no, exactly. Wait your turn. It's just it's crazy, but it's it is. I think the appeal to that and the mystique of it is awesome because it's so different in the beginning. But then after a while, it starts to wear you down. You're just like, man, where's the poor crystal at? I just need to use this fairy crystal and get back to the capital, because this walk, when you look at the map, you think about how far that's going to be.
It's big. Yeah. When you, you're right, Slomo. Like when you pinpoint on this massive map like where you got to go, and you're like, that's like an hour walking, and I'm gonna get attacked 1,000 times on the way. So I feel you, dude. I feel you. You definitely need more crystals in your life in this game for sure.
Hey, Rich, read what's on the screen real quick.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be nice, but all right. I see you left it there for a very long time. I did. FarQ says Ray favorite film is Big.
Oh,
good
man.
one, FarQ with the jokes. He's always good for that.
Hey, I'm gonna let you know now. When my people come in this chat, all you're gonna hear is short jokes going on the
That's all good. So, WebDave, thank you, brother, for gifting some memberships here.
I did. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll back up real quick, see who all got one. It was let's see, Amit, Lewis,
nice.
Mr. Joanna Dark, Crispy Bomb, and let's see, Big Mad Mo, and Christopher Rogue. Yeah, there we go. All got memberships. Yay!
Let's go.
Thank you, everybody that's here. And of course, we have Crispy Bomb is in the chat. Welcome, Crispy. And One Bad Mother has joined us as well. We appreciate that. We have over 125 people in the chat right now. So many Remrett's here. So many other great people in the community that are here. We appreciate you, RSJ fan, and so many more. Hard to thank everybody all at once, but we do appreciate you and know that. Please know that. That you are definitely appreciated. There was one other. Let's see here. Here I am scrolling like a madman on the screen. I wanted to go ahead and read Crispy's comment, because he watched a lot of good stuff.
All right. Okay. So here are shows I've watched recently. The Man in the High Castle on Prime. The Gentleman on Netflix. Gentleman's really good. I highly recommend Gentleman. Which I think it's Guy Ritchie who actually made The Gentleman. So if you like Guy Ritchie films, it's a Guy Ritchie film series essentially on Fallout Prime. Let's see, Brooklyn. He's been watching a lot of the same shit as me. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've been watching that as well. Those are just the ones I completed. Oh damn! All right, he completed them. I'm way behind, but yeah, that Gentleman shows. He's fucking. There he is again. No Diddy them cheeks. I appreciate you more, WebDave. I love this. I love that shit. Oh, no Diddy. You fucking guys. Fucking right you are. Diddy always appreciates the cheeks. Yeah, I see we got some comedians here tonight. Yeah, welcome everybody out. Appreciate you guys. Yes.
Where do you want to go, buddy?
I want to go play Dragon's Dogma 2 right now, but we'll talk some Final Fantasy instead. So this is an article from Push Square. I don't know how accurate this date is, but we're going to talk about it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has sold around 2 million copies from PS5 player data is suggesting this, supposedly behind the remake and Final Fantasy 16. So apparently, according to Ampere, they've been doing a recent PS5 exclusive data tracking. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is only tracking about 2 million players. Square Enix has yet to provide any concrete information on how well Rebirth has sold, which makes me kind of believe this is probably true, because usually we know Sony, when they get good numbers, usually Sony will tout them, as most marketing guys would. PS5 daily active users data suggests that it surpassed at least 2 million copies since its launch on February 29th. So how does that compare to other big budget Final Fantasy games released over the recent years? Well, for starters, Final Fantasy VII Remake, the original PS4 version, and Rebirth's predecessor managed 3.5 million sales in just 3 days. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy 16, which had Square Enix sending mixed messages with regards to its success versus the publisher's expectations, sold 3 million at launch. Like Rebirth, it was also a PS5 exclusive. So you can take this how you want. The twist that I kind of, for me, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe 2 million ain't that bad being exclusive when you look at it that way. But I kind of feel like if you're Square Enix, like why not just make this why not try to make more things multi-plat so you have a greater chance of success. I'll start with you, Slomo. Actually, let me get through this. Let me get through this chat first, this super chat, and then I'll go to you, Slomo, and ask you about this. MJ Dark with the $5 says you need a section called "What aren't you playing?" Foam Stars, anyone? LOL. Also, some good games: Trinity, Fusion, Children of the Sun. There you go, MJ Dark. Appreciate those.
I did not realize I was muted. I've been making little snide comments. I've been making little snide comments the entire time you were saying that. I was like, that's fishy. I agree. And it's just my mic's muted. Good grief. I'm tired, man.
Pretend it never happened. Do it all over again, Slow.
Okay. Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah. Okay. All right. All that's out. No. I asked the last one I said was, "What's Foam Stars?" Because I don't. Yeah, but no.
Facts.
I believe that it's only sold 2 million, and I think the smoking gun on that is likely the fact that Square and Sony haven't said anything about sales. Because typically, when sales are great, the marketing departments love it. They're tweeting everywhere. They're making sure they're calling up all the games media. Hey, we sold 16 million in 2 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want everyone to know. When things aren't good, they don't say anything. And then eventually they'll come out with a statement, or there'll be their investor call because the investors want to know, hey, what the heck happened? And then there'll be like a explanation of sorts. That's typically the way Square goes.
Right.
I played through the game. I beat the game. Took me about 73 hours. I did a lot of the side content, kind of like I'm a Final Fantasy fan. Been one since Final Fantasy 4, which was Final Fantasy 2 for us in America. Love the series. It has not been as good for me as it was in the beginning. I think the last one I truly enjoyed was Final Fantasy 9. And then after it was just like, it's like I tried them and then, it's been a minute. And I think it's kind of like an imperfect storm of one, you've limited yourself to one particular ecosystem that may or may not rock with what you're doing. But also, how like a game will sell well, but didn't actually critically do well, or the gaming community didn't care for it. So like I look at like Watch Dogs 1 was like, people thought there was a bait and switch there.
Great example.
That game sold great, but people hated it. And then when Watch Dogs 2 came out, Ubisoft made all these changes. It was a better game, and then it sold less than Watch Dogs 1. No one cared because people had just ignored the IP.
Baby.
Right. And I feel like when Final Fantasy 15 came out, and it became like this K-pop boy band like road trip. And like people was not rocking with that. Like the story didn't make any sense. They got all these DLCs trying to explain the story. You gotta watch an anime completely away from the game to get what's going on. Like none of that works, right? So even though it's so great, enough people who were once interested in Final Fantasy, I think, wrote it off right then and there. Because you look at everything after that, it's been downhill. It's been a trajectory going down. And then you kind of add in, like, again, the imperfect storm, them doing these exclusivity deals with PlayStation right after 15. And now you're even though I think Remake is awesome. That was my game of the year when it came out. But, it sold a third of what 15 sold. Yeah. And then you got Rebirth right now that's kind of trending behind Remake. And I think it's a really good game. A few too many games. Too many games, too many games, and an ending
is it oversaturation,
that don't make no sense.
You think? Slomo? Like you think it may be like kind of like Disney Star Wars? A lot of people are just kind of tired of it. Like, is it just too much too soon? Do you think, or do you think it's just you think 15 ruined that much of the audience?
I think a lot of people not checking for it, and then you got some of the old school Final Fantasy fans that really want a return back to the old. They actually kind of want it to still be turn based. They kind of still want it to be what it, what it was.
Okay, I didn't realize what you meant. Okay,
like old, like the gray beard gang, and I'm not.
I remember who else wanted that.
Now you Ray. Like I said, great big gang, and he grabbed the
biz. I got a couple screens that's coming in, man.
Yeah.
I think that creates a divide in the community where people who would have originally been day one on it aren't really rocking with it, don't even really give it a chance, even though like it may be something they like, but it's not what they want from the IP. So I think they're kind of like stuck when it comes to Final Fantasy, because I believe, nothing that I've heard behind the scenes, they've made deals that the old CEO made with Sony that they can't get out of.
I was saying that that's what I was saying last night.
And so they're
I think
stuck
this
now.
It's an old regime thing, right? Like I don't think the new guy there, I'm sure he would love to not have these deals in place, but I completely agree with you, Slomo. I think it's just old contracts.
I think that this is something that I did hear about. I'm going to be as vague as possible. We may be hearing more about Final Fantasy in the future, and it may be more multi-platform than what we've seen before. But that's because these will be newer deals after, stuff like some of the other stuff that happened before. So we'll see.
Okay. You can tell me in the green room later. It's fine. Ray, what's your 2 cents about this whole like Final Fantasy sales thing? And do you play Final Fantasy? Do you care?
I do not care, and I do not play Final Fantasy, but I do have opinion on it. I do have opinion on it because I'm one of those people that everything has an expiration date, right?
Yeah.
I think Final Fantasy is one of them games that has finally hit its expiration date.
Yeah,
what they're on like 16 now or some high as number
mainline
like
16, yeah,
and all the spinoffs that was on the handhelds and everything. And unfortunately, they put it on a system that their players really don't buy games. So you got 50 million consoles out there, 55, and only 2 million probably sold. That's not a good ratio, especially and then. As we know, Sony beat their chest in when it comes to numbers, and it's really good. Helldivers, so on, right? Mm-hmm. They've been really quiet this year. We joked earlier, Foam Stars, quiet. Now Final Fantasy, quiet. The Portal numbers, quiet. They haven't been talking a lot lately when it comes to numbers. But when they finally get some in, they're screaming from the top of the mountain. So I'm one of those people like, if you're gonna tell me when everything's good, tell me when everything's bad also. And that's what Phil in the game get killed for. They tell you the bad stuff also.
Very true, Ray.
And they tell you the bad stuff also. So I'm one of those people like, I know something's not right over there, but all we can do is just sit back and watch the car crash happen.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with everything Ray and Slomo just said. I think with the new CEO in there, I think things are changing. I mean, we saw the most blatant, the longest, most uncomfortable handshake between Phil and the CEO, just like taking pictures for like 5 minutes. Like this is real. This is happening. We got Final Fantasy 14. That's great. It's an old ass game though. I know it's an MMO.
And Visions of Mana. Visions of Mana and the marketing. The marketing for Visions of Mana as well.
That's coming. So I think those days are possibly over.
I don't think Phil can save Square right now. I think they put themselves such in a hole with all these another company that's flopping with like what was it Forspoken and all of those other games they had released.
Yeah.
And they're not a console maker, so they're not making that back end like Sony is. So I feel I think that's one of those companies that are next up to be bought. I don't know by who. I could care less.
I mean, I got a couple ideas. I know Dave definitely has some ideas about that.
I know some people want Microsoft to buy them, but the companies that I would want them for, they sold off. So the Tomb Raider and so I don't. It's nothing there that I would want them for. But I know people
rid of those Western guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think they sold those studios in order to kind of make themselves more attractive for a sale. I think that was their idea.
I think that's exactly what they were doing.
They sold them for like pennies.
Yeah,
I mean, like they sold them for
cheap.
nothing. It was ridiculous. Like with a bunch of IP at that. It was 3 studios and a boatload of IP for like 300 million. Like the only good deal Embracer ever made. And then I think they did it because they wanted like here
Chop
we're
the
all
fat off.
Japanese. Like we're all
Yeah.
Japanese kind of like influence kind of studio here. Publisher, here come get us. And it didn't work.
And they lucky Microsoft was going through the ABK deal stuff, because I know they would have 300 million. And that was nothing. That'll be nothing. So
yeah. Microsoft would have scooped that up easily. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ray. It's the ABK deal stopped anything from happening, unfortunately. And Embracer, embracered it. I don't know, just screwed the pooch on that one, dude. Like everything they touched kind of has gone to shit lately.
They bit off too more. That Embracer bit off way more than they can chew.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think buying those studios was the problem. It was a Saudi Arabia deal, the $2 billion deal that just fell through. So maybe next time, don't put your trust in Saudi Arabia or a government when it comes to video games. I don't know, but that fucking sunk them, dude.
I mean, but like if to have all of your business really hinging on a one entity like supporting you, and for that to drop and you to just go wholesale, everything must go. It's like one of those like furniture stores that you drive past with a big yellow sign saying we're going out of business. 99% off all merchandise, like everything must go. It's just like, well, dang, you just gonna sell everything? I mean, like they bought Gearbox for 1.1 billion and then sold them for 500. Like that is not even half of what they paid. Like they what's the other one? Saber Interactive is 1,000 developers minimum, and they sold them for like 400 and had to give them some IP too. It's just they just bleeding left and right. And I know they've said
they're in
that
survival mode.
Yeah. I know they've said that they're done like selling assets, but I don't believe that. I mean, they said they were going to be fine before they started doing that. So
yeah,
I think Microsoft's still in play to get those studios they want.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, money talks, right? Like I think Microsoft wants anything they could pretty much get, especially that when we're talking like Embracer Studios or former Embracer Studios. Like I don't think anything's off the table for Microsoft if they want to throw however much money they want to throw at it. So
especially when you got Eidos Montreal is working on Perfect Dark. You got Crystal Dynamics working on Fable. Actually, I have that reverse. Sorry. Crystal Dynamics is working on Perfect Dark. Eidos Montreal is working on Fable. So these are 2 studios that are doing a good amount of heavy lifting, and helping as support studios to 2 really big games that you got in your portfolio to kind of keep the ball rolling, especially if you really like them and you like what they're doing. If the games are successful, you're probably going to want them to help you do sequels. You might as well just go ahead and just acquire them so that it's not this inconsistency and all this hand washing of like what's going to happen with them is no longer a problem. I mean, that's what 2K did with Gearbox. 2K has been publishing Borderlands forever. And like they just said, look, we're just buying. We're just not even going to deal with this no more. We can't deal with Borderlands potentially not being ready to come out because the company that owns them are done. I'm not like a huge Borderland. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of these games that we're even kind of talking about. These studios are touching, but I didn't. It's like, dude, to have lost like Borderlands is just so iconic. To have possibly and live in a world where that was just gone forever, that would have sucked, man. Like, I'm so glad that some of these guys stepped up. Embracer finally started selling their studios. It's weird that they just let a lot of other studios fold without even trying to sell. I'm still baffled by them just like closing down. Like why not just 50 million? Like I don't know, sell them to somebody, unless they were trying and no one was interested. I don't know. Maybe who knows? That could have actually. That might just be it. Yeah,
that could be it. But like losing like shit like Time Splitters too, like fucking killed me, man. I was so looking forward to a new Time Splitters, but whatever. If it's something I want, most likely it's going to get canceled apparently in the last couple of years, so it's fine. Yeah, please hit the like button, guys. If you guys are new here, please make sure to subscribe. We appreciate everyone coming out tonight. We got a bunch of people here. We are showing, where's the number here? 219 people are watching us live right now. Super duper appreciate you guys out there on Twitter as well as YouTube, obviously, watching us. It's much appreciated, guys. The next thing I want to talk about, Dave, if you want to get the Mikey Ybarra, actually, it's the second one down in the private chat.
Yep. Also want to say a big shout out to Paris Lily in the chat. Welcome,
up,
Paris.
We will get to Fallout, so stick around, Paris. We will get to Fallout. In case you wanted to join us.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Stray.
That is another thing from my show. Another. Perry was on my. He called into my show one time and he got in an argument with Others Inc. and Others Inc. said he called him a stray.
I went right over my head. I'm like, what is happening right now?
So I have that sound clip on my soundboard and I play it any chance I can. So
nice, love it.
We love you, Paris, for sure.
Yeah,
all
shout out to Paris,
there you
man.
go.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just couldn't let this one go. I wanted to talk about it, and I'm hoping someone's like against me on this. I just want to see like if anyone thinks this is a good idea. So Mike Ybarra, former president of Blizzard, says this on a tweet. I've thought about this idea for a while. As a player, since I've been diving into the single player games lately, when I beat a game, there are some that just leave me in awe of how amazing the experience was. At the end of the game, I've often thought, man, I wish I could give these folks another $10 or $20 because it was worth more than my initial $70, and they didn't try to nickel and dime me every second. Games like I know I did. I came in. I'm laughing like just fucking saying this out loud. Games like Horizon, Gears, probably God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, because he's been on a Sony hype train lately. Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring, etc. I know $70 is already a lot of money, but it's an option at the end of the game I wish I had at times. Some games are that special. I know most will dislike this, by the way. I realize we are tired of tipping and everything else, but I view this different from a pressure to tip type scenario many face and give feedback on. Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna say anything.
Mike is auditioning for his new executive position right now.
Dude,
at Sony right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obvious.
He's like, hey,
like,
you guys need a CEO. Look at the narrative I can create. Look, I don't know if this was like I don't know, like sarcasm or humor or whatever, but
dude, I don't think it was.
I think everyone knows that like if you tip in on this game, it is not going to a single developer that worked on it. It is going to the top, the tippiest of the tippiest top. You know, you're going into the pockets of executives, which is why I said he's auditioning for a role as a CEO somewhere, because that's exactly what people. Oh, this is a great idea. Yeah, Mike. Put him on the
financial
list.
Guys love this idea. Like, hey, we were going to split up Spider-Man into 3 games and do 50-50-50, but if you can tip us, that's even better.
Yeah. Now I'll say this, and then you guys, rock with it. If he really felt that way, and look, he's a former executive, he knows how this works. So like for him to even speak as a player, you don't know how to speak as a player. You've been an executive for like 2 decades.
Yeah.
Stop it. So if he really wanted to actually have the developers who made the game and someone feels this game was worth my initial $70, I want to tip someone, have it so that like at the end of the game, you can actually go into an options and you can pick certain developers. Like, let's say if you love the art in the game, or you love the story, or if you love the combat, go to combat director and then tip his personal PayPal or his personal Cash App, his Venmo. Have that set up in the game so I can tip them directly. I can skip you and go directly to tipping the person of the game that I actually really enjoyed. If not, you full of it. So
I fucking love that idea, Slomo. I would have the Elden Ring art director would have got so much money from me.
Hell yeah. The art's amazing.
I love that idea. Ray, what are your thoughts on tipping? It's okay if anyone is pro tipping this. I'm just where it's coming from is got me feeling a sort of way too. But go ahead, Ray.
Mike Ybarra been on one of those salt trains ever since Phil took his job the first time, the job that he wanted the first time, and he left him with the Blizzard. Then it seems like he's mad that Phil fired him again, or he was asked to leave, whatever the narrative is. But when I seen this, the first thing I looked was the games he said. None of them was Xbox games. I'm like, all right, that's all right. But then he names Horizon Zero Dawn, Board Fest, God of War, right? It wasn't that. If he's talking about the last one, it wasn't great as the was it 2018?
Yeah, 2018 was a gem. Yeah.
Now Red Dead Redemption and Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring. And I'm like, okay, is he like you said, he's auditioning for his new job at Sony? I'm like, is he like he might as well just go and take the veil off right now and go full, using a wrestling term, go full heel on all of us, man. I'm kind of
heel turn.
If he's like one of the anti-heroes, kind of like how Stone Cold was back in the day. Like just go full, go full Iron Sheik. Just go full Iron Sheik.
Wait, Ybarra's a new Iron Sheik.
They just start spitting on the flag and just do it. I'm tired. I'm really tired of Mike right now because I was a Mike fan back in the day, and now that he just keep doing it, I'm like, okay, I don't know exactly. Like we see it. You just go because who came up with the idea of tipping? Because we like Slomo just said, when you tip, it's going straight to the publisher. It's not going to the developer or anything. We don't know their personal PayPals or Cash Apps or all that stuff. So why would we tip the publisher more than you already just raised the price to $10 this last generation? And then I know Sony trying to raise it to $100. So why are we keep on gouging everything? That's why I do love Game Pass so much, because you pay your fee and you good. But now you want to why I don't understand why. Like he did a whole 4 paragraphs on this thing. And I'm he didn't. It's not like he said, "I want to tip the art director," or if he would have said that, it'd have been kind of more. He's want to tip the publisher. That's who he wants to tip, and I'm not down with that. We already get nickel, especially when we in a kind of a recession already.
Yeah,
I mean,
not a great time to put this tweet out, I'd say.
Exactly. People are already struggling out here. You want them to come up with some more money.
Yeah.
Let's go on go heel. Let's go on full heel.
He's going full heel.
You saying him going full heel. I just had this vision of Mike Ybarra running into the Microsoft headquarters with jorts on, with 2 knee braces like Stone Cold, finding Matt Booty in an executive meeting, giving him a Stone Cold stunner, 2 middle fingers, and running out like just like typical like some villain heel stuff in WWE.
It wouldn't have been Matt Booty though. It would have been Phil.
Phil would have been Phil. Yeah, he would have wanted Phil. Couldn't find Phil. You know, I'll take loose booty over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get him a stunner and get him by here.
It ain't like Sarah Bun, you're not safe either. You get one off.
Right.
Somebody throw me a beer.
Right. Grab me out. Yeah. You know, like he would have. Yeah, he's definitely on that. Like, look, there's a huge job that's out there for the taking. He's like, hey, you want an English speaking guy that can fill that role?
Did he say he was gonna travel the world? You don't seem like he's traveling.
He's not going anywhere.
Like he just standing at the house playing games because every time I see him, he's always talking about playing games. So like he's not traveling anything. So go ahead, go. I think he had like he might have like a 90-day. Or 60-day clause before he can no work compete clause.
Oh yeah.
That's a
good point. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. I don't know. Dave, you want to get on this? You want to pay the developers a little bit more money, or what,
of course I do.
But who doesn't? I mean, we all got Mikey Ybarra money. We're all presidents of
Mikey needs some money.
Publisher.
He's having problems with some groceries and all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
God,
man. No, I like you guys said, it's it wouldn't go directly to the developers if you did that. I mean, unless it was, maybe on their personal page kind of thing, if they had a tip thing there, but as far as through the game, no, it wouldn't. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't do it. There's too much red tape and taxable stuff that would have to go through that stuff. That it's not practical. I mean, it sounds good as a talking point and
sounds nice.
Yeah, it does. It does sound nice. Yeah. But then again, you like I said, the backlash is like, you guys make a fuck ton of money anyway to begin with. I mean, granted, not everybody makes as much as some, but geez, dude, it's like, I don't know.
And how about
it feels a little tone deaf, doesn't it? Like a tone deaf to what the fuck is going on in the universe right now.
Because a lot of the people that play games,
I want to live in the Mikey Ybarra.
Because he's a millionaire. Mike Ybarra's a millionaire, right?
Multi-millionaire,
yeah, absolutely.
So how about we just pay the art team or whatever team the more money? How about we just raise their salary?
Ray.
We already raised the prices of games. I would just pay them guys more money if you really want them to have more money.
Yeah.
How about you pay them more money? That makes the most sense. But he didn't advocate that when he was at Blizzard. So.
Yeah. Well, he'd be hurting his own paycheck. So he's like, nah, I'm good. Oh, man.
Go ahead and read that one real quick.
Yeah. He says, I'm not tipping no big publishers. I can maybe understand. Yeah, we talked about this too. This exact thing last night too. I mean, I can maybe understand indie devs, but publishers are making millions and billions. Yeah, no. Yeah. Red Dead Panda last night said, yeah, it would be nice if we could do this with indie devs. And I would honestly be okay with that. Like for me, I'm like, I wonder like if a game is like $40 or less, and I feel like I got the value of like a $70 game, maybe I'll tip them like $5 or something like that. I'll give some money like Helldivers, Pal World. That's probably it. Shit like that. But yeah, I think maybe if there was like some sort of threshold, but I like Slomo's idea better. I rather it go directly to art director or whoever, programmer, whatever. Just not a reality. Sean T saying tipping has always been a smokescreen. Yeah, to pay employees less. Amen, Sean. You're not wrong. Yeah,
it reminds me of a story about what happened with Gearbox. So when Borderlands 3 came out, there was a huge thing going on where the developers at Gearbox were upset at the CEO Randy Pitchford because they were hired on with contracts where they got paid less than the industry average, but the big selling point was they would have these massive bonuses when the game came out, and so a lot of them stayed on even though some of them wanted to leave, but because the contract said they still need to be employed and working on the game when it launched in order to make sure they got those royalties. The game comes out, it sold 5 million in 5 days, sold amazing. And then, so the word is that Randy Pitchford cooked the books a little bit and then came to them and said, yeah, it didn't meet expectations. And so, and they were just like, wait, what?
Enixed you. Yeah.
Yeah. And so nobody got their bonus, but he got his bonus, but none of the devs got their bonus. So it's always a story like that when it comes to anything that goes around royalties, bonuses, tipping, that kind of thing. If you're not getting your money upfront in salary on contract, don't have any kind of expectation or budgeting your life. This is just like real talk for like anything, right? Yeah, don't budget your life around bonuses because it's like you just never know if that's going to be the reality. And so, yeah, I just can't get behind it.
Hey, read that.
Damn you, Dave! I'm just fucking laughing at what you just.
Man.
It's gonna get rough. It's gonna get rough.
The odds of tipping developers are the same as Ray growing an inch taller. Not going to happen.
Damn.
Oh man.
And they Google insults. So I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. So wait till the other one show up.
AI shit to burn you even harder.
Exactly. Oh man,
it's because they love you.
Oh, hey, I like them doing it because at least they talking about me.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. There's no such thing as bad press, I guess.
Exactly.
So there you go, Ray.
Bad players. Okay.
Yeah.
Not this situation.
Just a smidget.
Bad.
Shit.
I'm sure P. Diddy sure doesn't like the press.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Oh man. All right. I guess we can move on to the Fallout topic. Kind of side note, if you guys don't know this, Oh crap!
Read that real quick before we go on.
Sorry, I just like disconnected something. Phil, if you're watching, by Square Enix, I'm getting low on Pony Soul. Yeah, I know that's half the reason Dave wants that. He's dying for Square Enix to get bought up by Microsoft. He just wants to see people cry. Is really what it is.
I just want to see the world burn.
He just want he's going full.
I'll be in rare form if they ever bought a Square Enix, because I could care less if they buy Square Enix or not. But just to get on Twitter and see all the people crying,
just to watch,
I'll be in rare form.
See, I want either Capcom or Sega if you're going Japanese. But I mean, it's like someone like Slomo. Would you? I'm guessing you'd be down for Microsoft buying Square, right? Save you a bunch of money. You play every single Final Fantasy. Would that be good? Would that be good for you?
I don't think it would work out, honestly. Just the way they operate and the way Microsoft operates. I mean, what are you going to put them under Matt Booty? So Matt Booty is like juggling 4 publishers at the same time, like a circus clown. He's got like these balls. He's just juggling. He's just. I just think about the back end of it. Yeah, and
I'm saying like let's pretend though that there was like another Matt Booty. I'm saying like a benefit to you as a gamer, like for two two booties, multiple peaches. Yeah, we got multiple peaches going on. Wouldn't it benefit you though, like as a gamer, just like ABK benefited me saving money on COD and stuff like that? It would benefit
I play primarily on PC, so it would definitely mean that like all their games would be on PC at launch, like day one. So yeah, it would definitely benefit me in that way. I wouldn't be trying to like juggle between a 30 FPS mode in a blurry 60 FPS mode like I did with Rebirth. But
right. Are you a Game Pass subscriber?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I mean, I got it because I use it on PC as well as my kids use it because my kids have an Xbox Series S. So
gotcha.
But for me, it's just I don't know whether this will result in Square Enix being like profitable going forward, because I don't think that Microsoft is in the business of just saving stuff just to save it. It needs to make money now, especially after they spent $70 billion. Everything got to make money, and so if Square Enix comes in, if they don't have a plan to kind of make them profitable, I think I think realistically this is going to be Tencent.
Yeah,
Tencent is going to get it.
I do agree with that.
Hey, read that real quick from Paris, and there's one more I want you to read after that.
Sure. Paris says, no more acquisitions. It's too much consolidation. Disagree, sir, but that's fine. Bring in someone who knows the Japanese culture to lead Square Enix. Grab their mobile games. That's true. They are in the mobile side as well. So that's a good point.
Paris talking about like publishers? You talking about publishers? I'm kind of.
I think he's probably. I don't know, Paris. Maybe a clarifier. Are you talking just big publishers? Or are you also talking about anybody? Like, have we hit the cap for you essentially?
If we were speaking about saving, I want Microsoft to save Remedy, because some odd reason their games they don't sell. I don't know why. Man. They should, but they don't. Publishers. Like they make very good quality games, but it just don't sell. I don't know what the marketing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I think it's the kind of games they are. I think they're a bit
they're niche
on the niche side of things. So there's like a lot of hardcore gamers that really dig it, but the casual market can't really like get behind it or understand it. But the good thing about Remedy and how they do business is that their game engine is they own it. That the games are all run through.
That's true. They're not paying licenses out, so that's helpful.
Yeah, Control only cost them $30 million to make, and
was it really that low? Damn,
yeah, and even though it never like charted on any sales charts, they put it was exclusive to Epic Games Store on PC. They got $10 million for that. It went into PS Plus. Sony gave them a bag. It went into Game Pass. Microsoft gave them a bag. When it was all said and done, they ended up being profitable enough that they bought back their IPs from which IP they bought. I can't remember which one it was. I think they bought back the Alan Wake IP and they bought back another one.
I know they licensed the Max Payne one to do the remake.
Yes. Yeah,
But I don't think they don't own it though. They don't own it anymore. They licensed it back from Rockstar.
Yeah, you're right. But they are, even though I don't know the financials on Alan Wake 2, I heard that it was basically almost as cheap as Control was. So it's like, even though we look at that game and we're like, "Dad, that game looks amazing." They must have cost them X amount of dollars. They don't make their games on kind of budgets that like we see with Sony and Microsoft, like where everything is over, 100 million.
Yeah, I mean, they might be it sounds like they're kind of maybe like Ninja Theory in that way, right? You got like Hellblade coming out. It's a $50 game. It's an 80-person studio. How much could that have possibly really cost? It probably wasn't like a huge cost factor. At least I don't think. I don't actually know what Hellblade 2 costs, but I imagine it's not too high. But yeah, we're gonna move on to Fallout TV show. In case you guys missed it, Fallout 4 is getting its next gen update with 60 frames per second support many years later, and a pile of new content just came in for the TV show as well. But we're gonna talk about the TV show a little bit. I think, Dave, you've only watched one episode, correct?
Correct. I watched the first episode. The only one I've been able to watch. Just didn't have the time to watch more at the moment.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Right.
You have oh man, you got like a lot in store for you, man. It's
I'm excited.
It's a wild ride.
I'm only up to episode 4, and I just got there today. Like I did 1 to 4 today, so I'm not too far ahead of you, Dave.
Yeah, that's not too bad though. I mean, you're halfway through the season. But Slomo, I'll start with you. What are your impressions of the show? We'll try to go spoiler free as possible, but how'd you like it overall?
So far, it is up there with as far as video game adaptations, Arcane and Cyberpunk Edge Runners with me. Like it's like they are the trifecta, the big three, so to speak. And I'm not
no Last of Us in that trifecta for you?
I like The Last of Us. I didn't like. I felt like the back half of the season was like, where's the danger again? Like after the whole part in where like the freaking like clickers were coming out of the ground, the whole like what was in the game, the sniper section. After that part, I just kind of felt like it just stopped being like that dangerous up into the cannibal stuff, but it's just like I thought it was good. It was well acted. Anytime you have like really big time actors, they're going to definitely own their scenes, and The Last of Us was fine. But I think this Fallout show really nails it as far as being able to get that balance between giving the hardcore community from the video game side of things what they were looking for, and then also letting it be entertaining for the people who are super casual gamers or maybe not even gamers at all. And because I see people who don't play games, period, talking about this show, and they're enjoying it. And so when you're able to kind of build that up, then you understand why like the game's getting like a 200% uptick in sales, and for games that are years and years old. As far for me, I've never been a big Fallout fan. Like I played Fallout 3. That was the first one I played. As soon as I got out of the vault, I was like, this ain't for me. I dropped it. Never played Fallout 4. Fallout 76, I played for like 3 hours and said, yep, just not for me. And never played New Vegas either. I played like a gazillion hours of Fallout Shelter on mobile. But like that limited experience for me still allowed me to watch the show and be like, oh, I know what that's referencing.
Right.
Oh, I know what's about that. Like in the first episode, all the big reveal things, I was like, oh, I see this happening. Like I'm seeing the little hints they're putting here and there that kind of show where it's going. And I'm like, yeah, this is about to go crazy. And I loved it. And that Walter Goggins,
so good, dude.
S-tier freaking actor. Like that dude is amazing. And getting him as the ghoul was perfect. The girl, I can't remember her name, but the girl who plays Lucy.
Is it Emma?
She's awesome. Ella Purnell.
Is it Ella Purnell? Thank you. Yeah, Ella Purnell.
Yeah. She's awesome. And the black kid that plays Maximus. Excellent. Like you got 3. Here's the great thing about it. You got these 3 protagonists. Well, Walter Goggins is kind of like like an anti-hero.
He's stone cold. He's literally stone cold.
But you got these 3 story arcs where it's all 3 of them are so good that you don't kind of sigh when it switches gears to a different character. You're just like, you're still invested, because there's some shows where when they switch focus to a story arc that you don't care about, you kind of just want to, I really just want to fast forward through this. I don't really care for what's happening right now. But there was never throughout the entire season I watched, there was never a part of that story arc that I felt that way. And then they all, not to spoil, I'm not spoiling anything. They're also interconnected, and it's an excellent show. It's very good. If you haven't watched it yet, even if you're not a Fallout fan, I think you should give it a shot, because I think you'll like it.
Yeah, this show definitely stands alone. It's a standalone story too, so you don't even have to have played any of the games to appreciate the show whatsoever. So, and you know, to what Slomo said. I said this a year ago. I made a video about it, that I thought the Fallout TV show was going to be a huge hit just based off of who was working on it, between the actors, and you had Nolan involved and Lisa Joy, you know, the makers of Westworld. I was like, dude, the makers of Westworld doing the post-apocalyptic Fallout, there's nobody better that you could have picked on planet Earth, in my opinion, to do this show. But Ray, you've watched 4 episodes so far. Like, what's your overarching experience with the show?
Hold up. Hold up. You got to read what's on the screen first.
I hate
Love you,
Dave.
Dirt Griggity.
Right, Dirt Griggity. What's up, everybody? Glad to see my boy Ray. I'm glad daycare is closed on Sundays. There you go.
Oh man, darkness.
Mark.
Darkness.
Yeah.
I'm from his chat. Like, people don't realize I'm from his chat. Like, that's where I started. I wasn't on another podcast or nothing. I'm from Dirt and Shaun's chat. And that's how we started.
Ray was talking shit day 1.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was first
originator.
one.
Yeah.
The originator of it.
Love it, man. So what'd you think of Fallout? What'd you watch so far, Ray? You enjoying yourself, or?
Oh, I'm right now. It's got a 9 for me right now.
Yeah.
I was at my mom's house earlier today, and she doesn't play any video games. That's not her thing. She might, it's something on her phone. She might look at it like a Angry Birds or something, but other than that, she's not playing any video games. And she sat down. Me and my brother was watching it. She sat down and started watching. She's like, "What is this?" And I tried to explain, like, it's a game. She's like, "Well, this is a game." And then she seen somebody's foot get blown off. She was like, "I was like, what are y'all? What is this?" She just sat down and started looking at the story. And while me and my brother are picking off stuff, and he was like, "Where's the back? Why is it?" It was something with the suit. He was like, "Why is it not losing power or something like that?" And in the game and everything. So it was stuff we're picking up on that. I was like, okay. This is how you do a gaming adaptation of a game, as a show or as a movie, and I'm like, it's done well. The budget, I can tell it's an Amazon budget and not a Paramount budget.
What are you trying to say, Ray? What are you trying to say, Ray?
Me personally, I enjoy it. And me personally, I enjoy, but I know
he's like, that's where I lost you.
Yeah, but because I haven't seen season 1. I started at season 2. I didn't even do season 1 because
you didn't watch Halos.
No wonder that's why you skipped the diarrhea. You skipped the.
That's why he went right to the good part.
So many people gave it it tainted it. So I'm gonna wait till I go and watch season 1. I'm gonna wait later on, but. I'm at I started season 2, so I don't hate the Halo show. So, but I know people hate season 1. So, but you can tell when Amazon, because like I said, Amazon hitting out the park right now, and they know how to make a series. And I know, I think it was Paris actually that had an issue with all the episodes dropping at one time.
Yeah, he hates the whole binging thing.
Drop them all. I can if I want to watch a show, I'll just watch episode 1 on Wednesday, and next Wednesday I watch episode 2. We're not in the old TV days that you got to sit in front of your TV and wait till a show come on, have your TiVo or whatever you need watching. So this show right now, like you said, with the Brotherhood of Steel, the Lucy girl in the vault, because I'm still interested in what's happening inside the vault. It's like a
her little brother.
Yeah. And so it's like a fourth thing for me, and I'm like, what went on in vault? Was it 30, 34?
31.
31. You're
31.
gonna if you're at a 9 right now, Ray, you're gonna love the rest of the show. I'm just saying that right now. I think that number might actually go up. Just saying.
And like I said, I want to complete it before I give it a whole number, but it might end up being a 10 out of 10 for me. But I'm loving it right now. I'm loving everything I'm watching right now.
I'll say this about the whole whether you binge it or you do a week to week. I have been spoiled more by week to week TV shows than the binging.
Than the binge.
Like
that's a good. I never thought of it that way. That's actually a really good point, Slomo.
Episode drops on a Wednesday, and at 7:05 Wednesday morning, people are talking about something that I ain't even had a coffee yet. I'm just trying to drop my kids off to school. People already like, oh my God, did you see that so died? I'm like, what the? Why are you just like? I haven't even had the opportunity to watch it yet. So it's like I get spoiled whether it is binge or whether it's not binge. But then also the one thing that the binging doesn't cause is that this like dissecting of TV shows that happens on a weekly basis. So like take Game of Thrones, where people like from the 1 week to the next week, they have picked apart every scene. They have like things that were supposed to be very subtle or no longer subtle. And so by the time stuff gets revealed, it's just like, I already knew, thanks. And instead of kind of, if you're just watching it on your own without looking at social media for a full week, telling you everything that they believe have figured out will happen, you'll end up just being kind of like pleasantly surprised when some of that stuff gets revealed naturally by watching the show. So, and
that's the reason I haven't beyond 100%. That's the reason I haven't watched Game of Thrones, and I know that's my type of show because I know about the Red Wedding and all this other stuff. Red Wedding, I know about all this stuff already. I have not watched one episode of it, and
it's worth it. That show
was so worth it.
One day, last season. Went to the last season.
Last couple. Exactly. Fire.
But also, I kind of wish they didn't go with Paramount for Halo. Honestly, like
me too. Look, even as I heard Paramount 2, or even Showtime, I said shit. Like I was like, please be Netflix, Amazon, or HBO. And when I heard Halo went in that direction, I was like, oh crap.
It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be Peacock. So
yep.
Tubi.
Could be worse.
Halo Tubi.
Halo Tubi version.
Paper mache Spartan armor, right?
I might be on the fire field training if it was the Tubi.
Read these.
If you look at season 2, go ahead.
Sorry, just real quick.
Yeah, I'll get these out. Lotus with the super $10 super sticker. Appreciate you, brother. As always, he's always doing those super stickers. Love that. Ryu Art Game with the $2 says no one talks about the humor of the show. I was about to, brother. 100. I was. That's where I was going. 100% Fallout. Absolutely. The comedy is spot on in this show for sure. Abdel 114, you should, bro. I remember Ray from WBG, TTS chat, TTS Discord, and now Xbox Echo Chamber. And you got the confidence and want to learn. Go for it. Yeah, absolutely, Abdel. 100%, brother. Thank you, FarQ. Anything else, Dave?
That's it. We're good. We're caught up.
All right, cool. Go. What were you gonna say, Slomo?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like, if you look at Halo Season 2, they spent like 80% of the season with like, and the narrative team had to create a reason why they don't have their armor, and it's like you typically kind of see those kind of things when there is a studio or a network that doesn't have the budget to really nail appropriate budget to nail what the content is. And it's like, it reminded me of like watching, like I used to watch the CW hero shows, like the DC hero shows. And they were like, they would have like Legends of Tomorrow, and then they would bring in like Kid Flash in there, and then they would find creative reasons to knock him out of the fight so that they didn't have to do the budget of him running around. It's just like, I know what y'all doing at this point. You can't afford to have him on the show, so why is he here? And it's the kind of the same. I'm looking at Halo, I'm like, oh, so they just took their armor for no reason. Okay, all right. So let me guess, he's gonna get his armor back at the end of the show. Yes, he did. Okay, I know.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
bring it to a network or a streaming service that has the money to actually make it work, make it sing. That's what I think.
It's too late for Halo. Well, but I've watched season 2, and season 2 is
I
great.
think is much better. Much better. I am one of those people who really did not like season 1. I thought the writing was shit, but then they got rid of some of the writers. They got a new showrunner, and I think it made a huge difference. Season 2 much improved over season 1, in my opinion. Some people just wrote it off. They were just, season 1 was enough for them, and they're like, I don't give a shit. For me, it's back. I'm at least enjoying it because I was not enjoying season 1. At all, but to each their own, right? I mean, to speak on Halo, it was their best show on that streaming service ever. Even though I did not like season 1, but that moved the needle for those guys. So, it is what it is. But someone I missed where the chat was, but someone did say one of the disadvantages of binging or having bingeable shows is that you don't get to talk about it as long. Like the tail of the show isn't that's it. Thank you. Sailor Mercury says the only negative to binge model is that the Fallout show won't be talked about as long as it would if it had lasted weeks, even though it's a great show. And I do agree with that. I think that's just obvious and a fact. And I think that's kind of maybe where Paris comes from that. And I kind of agree with Paris in a way, because I would love to just talk about the Fallout show every single week. But Slomo brought up like the spoiler thing. Really, it made sense because I was just thinking all the times that I went on Twitter or whatever, or I saw some article that literally was like, can you believe someone died? I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, why would you put that out there? But they do. They don't care. Yeah.
How we feel now after XXX died, and like, it's just like, oh my God.
Exactly. Yeah. How do you
X-Men
feel about
97?
the death of blah, blah, blah? You motherfucker.
The last episode of X-Men 97 got me with that. With like there's a parent. I'm not going to say it, but a lot of stuff happened in that last episode, and it all got spoiled for me ahead of time. I was a little annoyed with that. Yeah.
Is X-Men 90? That's already done, right? Because I was actually gonna get Disney
it's
after it was complete. No,
it's episode 5. It's not over yet, but it's amazing. It's really good.
That's what I heard, dude. Really I'm like, I've been itching to get Disney again just to watch that, but I'm gonna wait till it's done.
Hey, at least we know Gears is in good hands if it ever comes out with Netflix.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Netflix will handle it.
On the animation side, man, Netflix really nails like these adaptations. Like I'm with Slomo for me. My number one, without a doubt, is Arcane. Nothing comes close. Arcane's number one, baby. I love that so much. But like Castlevania was really good. Cyberpunk was really good. So I got a lot of faith in Netflix now. So I'm curious to see what they do with Gears. I'm hoping they bring kind of like the horror back. I know it's gonna be animated, but I'm looking forward to it, man. So hopefully it'll be good, just like everything else. Netflix is.
It's going to be animated.
Yeah, well, one of them definitely is. I know
they got multiple. They got a movie.
Yeah,
and
a couple of them. Yeah, there's also like BioShock is coming out. Unfortunately, it's going to be a movie. I think everything, all this shit is too long. I think all this stuff should be shows, in my opinion. I think movies just can't really do a lot of this stuff justice. But
yeah, you gotta cut a lot of the narrative out to kind of fit everything into a movie. Yeah,
big BioShock fan. Looking forward to that. But I really was hoping it was gonna be a show. Shaun T saying Castlevania is my GOAT. That's his greatest of all time. Castlevania was really good. But all right, we'll move on to the next subject, and that is Blizzard Entertainment and NetEase are renewing their agreement to bring beloved titles back to China. Microsoft Gaming and NetEase enter a broader collaboration. Kind of a huge story, I guess. I mean, China's going to be able to get all these Blizzard games back, and it sounds like what I liked out of this, and which a lot of people just refuse to even talk about, was that this is not a one-way street. It seems like we might be getting some NetEase games coming to Xbox as well. And I can't think of really any NetEase games.
Naraka, I think they published Naraka Blade Point.
And they are doing Marvel
Naraka,
Rivals.
I forgot Naraka, and we did get that in Game Pass. So right, in the new Marvels one. Thank you, Slomo. Which I was interested in, and got a lot of people made fun of me because I thought it looked all right.
From Phil, if you want to read that.
Yeah, sure. I think I might be alone on the Marvels one. Thanks to incredible work done by Blizzard Entertainment and NetEase to renew our commitment to players. We will soon welcome back millions of community members to China, to our Blizzard universes. This is exciting for everyone at Xbox, Blizzard, and for players everywhere. There you go. Slomo, what do you think about this? Blizzard games going back to China. Do you think it'll move the needle for Microsoft and maybe help them make some more cash? I guess I don't know. What do you think about this? You care about this?
Yeah, I think this would be a big revenue boost for the APK side of things, which it's going to be all of it's all of Microsoft gaming anyway. I saw some numbers about like the reactivated accounts.
Yeah, I did see that. Yes,
from for a while, and I think that's good to see. And just the fact that it's coming back will kind of get people on that side of the world's interest, and even people who may not have been interested. How that's a good boost in the short term. How that goes long term, we'll have to see as far as it growing and being consistent. You spoke about potentially getting some of those games out to the rest of the world. Some other games that they work on. There is this game that some people in the PC community have been talking about called Once Human, which looks pretty good. Yeah. There's the open beta for that, I think, coming. So I signed up for it. I don't know. I signed up for every beta in existence. So it's just like I don't know. I gotta double check what I'm signed up for. But they of course they do a lot of mobile stuff because that's what that
a lot of mobile. That's what I saw. Yeah.
And that's a lot of what Microsoft is into. They want to tap into that segment, which is the real part of gaming that continues to grow in double digits every single year, is the mobile side of things. So makes sense. It's a good deal.
I mean, maybe if we ever get the mobile side of Game Pass, like a $5 a month mobile Game Pass, maybe we'll get some NetEase games and kind of feed into that whole
do you think they want to wait until they could get this Apple stuff clered away?
I don't know.
Before they introduce something like that?
The whole Apple thing's so freaking hard because, like, I told people, I said this a little while ago, that I think it's going to take years for this to fully be implemented the way Microsoft wants it to. Epic just said fuck it and gave up, and they're going back on both Android and Apple, even though Apple will screw them over without a doubt. They've already done this to another country. They're doing it to Samsung, where they're trying to avoid the 30% cut, right? Well, Apple has found a way around it where they can just nickel and dime you with their lawyers in every way possible. So it goes up to 27%. So all this shit that Epic, so all this shit that Epic fought for, they're going to save 3%. As of right now, it's the same reason that when this came out, when everything was, Apple was like, we're doing it, we're opening, blah, blah, blah. That's why Sarah Bond right away said, this isn't good enough, because she knows, just like I do, behind the scenes, that they're going to nickel and dime you. They're going to get their percentages back just another way. Just not through the store. They're just going to screw you in another way. But yeah.
Is that the same with Google? Because I know Google has kind of been like,
they're more a little more lax.
Supporting. Yeah. They've been a bit more like, they haven't been as hardcore on this as Apple is, but they're kind of in the same boat. Whatever Apple has to end up doing, they're going to have to, relent on anyway. So I think, I wonder if Google is doing the same thing as well. But I kind of feel like kind of having a tier of Game Pass where you get the mobile side of things that they get with King, and then potentially NetEase kind of stuff. Like that might be something that once they can make sure they can get the lion's share of revenue, that they'll try to implement that in there. Because if the way things are now, more than likely Apple's going to want a cut of Game Pass in order to allow that on the iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't give a shit about that, but I think we should probably pay attention to it a little bit, even as console and PC gamers, because of what it can mean for Microsoft. Might actually reflect on stuff that happens to us as Game Pass subscribers and just being in their ecosystem. Because if they make more money, then they might be able to take more chances, which means other studios will be able to do things they normally wouldn't be able to do because mobile is supporting the rest of the console and PC gaming ecosystem. At least that's my thought or my hopes and dreams, my hopium, that what Microsoft will do once they start making a ton of money in the mobile space. But Ray, I'll go to you, man. Like, do you care about this whole Blizzard thing? Like, games going to China? Does this interest you? Is this something
that part doesn't? But it's funny the timing of this deal. It kind of waited to Bobby K and
yes,
and back to Mike Ybarra.
Yeah,
them leaving. That's when the deal because they got into it. Bobby and them got into it a few years ago, and they stopped and they canceled the deal with NetEase. So it's kind of one of those things like Microsoft is many faces, and they know that they got to play on. Was it 2 to 3 trillion, 3 billion, whatever Phil says all the time about players or whatever. And
3 billion players. Yeah,
and mobile is one of those places he's trying to reach. So he has to, if he wants to get even close to that number, he has to do mobile. And he's trying to sell Game Pass. So any mobile stuff that he can put on there is a go. So that's why he bought King. He got King in all those other places, and I think Riot has a couple mobile games that's in Game Pass. So right now, so that's the play. So it just kind of, as soon as Bobby leaves, NetEase is back.
Yeah. It's amazing what happens. Yeah, when it's funny. I laughed that you said that because we talked about that last night, and someone said, "Well, Bobby's gone. Well, maybe that's why it went through." And it could be that. Like, he's a shrewd business guy, and maybe Microsoft was able to make a deal that Bobby wouldn't have ever done. So I think there could be definitely something to that. Dave, do you have anything you want to add to this? Blizzard games going to China?
I mean, it's definitely something that should have happened or never should have stopped, for one thing. But now that they've redone it, it looks like it's going to be better because they've probably pushed the boundaries of more than what they were doing before. I wonder if they've repaired any of the statues that they actually tore down. I don't know if you remember that, but they actually had Blizzard statues in their courtyard, and their guys tore them down. Yeah, so that's kind of a oops, sorry about that. Let me sweep up the rubble. But yeah,
just kidding.
Yeah, April Fools. But no, it's anything they could do to continue to grow the reach of the platform of Xbox is a win all the way around, and this just increases that even more. More money, more games, more world domination. I mean, anyway, was that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so it's great news. I love it, and we need more of it, like by Square Enix, by Sony. What? No, I'm just kidding.
He really wants that Square Enix thing to happen. You get me right,
they're
Dave.
in trouble. They're financially ripe for the picking. That's all.
No one's arguing with that. That's for damn sure.
And they could even have they've done this before. They could even have Blizzard, not Blizzard. Well, Blizzard, or they could have Bethesda. That division could buy them and put them under that umbrella.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of different ways they could do that, Dave. I think a lot of people forget that they can do that. They don't. It doesn't. And
technically,
have to be
Microsoft does have one studio that is, I guess, Japanese based, and that is the one
Tango Gameworks.
Tango Gameworks. There you go. So, so there's definitely,
it can happen. Is what you're saying?
It can happen.
Yeah, money talks, baby. It will happen. Yeah.
Anyway, will it into being? But no, that's my take. Retro, what do you think?
I honestly, great for Chinese players that they're getting Blizzard games back. I know they were big in the esports scene. I know they're big into Overwatch. I know they're big into a bunch of other games too that they're missing. So it's good. It's always good for the players. Like Slomo was saying, I saw this same thing he saw, I think, on Twitter, where there was like 2 million people that like re-registered their Blizzard accounts, and there was like hundreds of thousands more that were like pre-registering and doing stuff like that as well. So there's already like 2.5 million built-in audience, and the news just came out. So I think it's definitely a good start. But for me, I was more interested in how's it benefit, being a little greedy, how's it benefit me? How's it benefit me as a Game Pass subscriber? How's it benefit me as an Xbox gamer, PC gamer? And that would be getting NetEase games and stuff like the Marvel game and other games like that coming our way. So that's what I want to. That's what
one thing I hope that they can address is that they're able to hopefully somebody backed up a server somewhere and they're able to do some kind of reacquisition or reconnecting to your current account that you had before, because a lot of those people have thousands of hours and lots of money spent on stuff.
That's what me and Slomo were talking about, that whole pre-registration thing. They're getting their stuff back. Yeah, that's the way I was talking about the 2.5 million. That's what we're talking about. Like those guys getting. Thank God.
Do some kind of bonus thing, like hey, welcome back, and here's some amounts or stuff, or you know what I mean, or to just kind of,
welcome back, China. Here's some coin of some currency, in-game currency. Yeah, I don't fucking know. There you go. But yeah, I mean, it's good news. It's good news. I was going to
staff of RHETRI, but your wife might not like that.
She don't give a shit.
She already has a staff.
No F's are given over here. We're good. Yeah, I mean, it's there's so much negative news that happens around this industry that once in a while it's nice to talk about something that isn't a fucking dumpster fire. But now we're going to move on to a dumpster fire. So the next story is, and I don't know how to take this, but bring up the video of Jeff Grubb. It's in the private chat. Should say like Dead Space 2 remake. There. All right. So I'm looking at something else, but yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Why don't we play that?
Okay.
And then we talk about it.
Okay. So you can see it though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. Yep.
I can see it.
Like what the hell is going on over at EA?
Good.
So they said that they're going to be a 2-project team going forward, and that's going to be Iron Man and Battlefield. Lex Luddy, what does that leave out that came out last year? Does that leave out like maybe a Dead Space game? Literally
the second I saw this was, we're never getting that Dead Space 2 remake, are we?
So they were working on it. They were working on Dead Space 2, and they are no longer working on it. It is on the shelf because the first games had lackluster sales, is how it was phrased to me. Yeah, so if you were looking forward to a Dead Space 2, it's bad news. It straight up is just bad news. Does this mean it never happens? I don't know if that's the case. But as it stands right now, they were working on it. It was in the concepting phase, I believe, something like it was still in pre-production. And now that work has been put on the shelf. Like, what the hell is going on over at EA?
Yes. Yeah. I appreciate that, Dave. So everyone ran with this because, he's Grubb's typically, a good source. But then they reached out to EA, and EA is denying the claim by Jeff Grubb that Dead Space 2 remake was canceled so the team at EA Motive can work on Battlefield. They say, we don't normally comment on rumors, but there is no validity to the story. An EA spokesperson told IGN. Even IGN's Kate Bailey said that her sources told her that a Dead Space 2 remake was never considered. By the way, I don't fucking believe that even a little bit. So I call bullshit on that one. But for what it's worth, Jeff Grubb is doubling down on his report regarding the game. He says in a follow-up tweet, he says, "If I give you permission to believe EA if you want to, but whenever a company says that isn't true, but they don't specify which part of the story they are talking about, well, ... Yeah, Dead Space 2 was definitely being planned. It even had a code name, and they aren't making it now." So I don't know what to believe. You know how it is, guys, out here in the Twitter spaces and in the podcasting space with all these rumors. A lot of people are getting pissed off because a lot of the things that some of these guys say that are prominent people in the industry don't end up coming true, and then people are like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Everything now you say is wrong automatically, which I'm not one of those people, right? Things change, shit happens. But I'll go to you, Ray. Are you a Dead Space fan? Were you looking forward? Have you played the remake?
People gonna hate me. People gonna hate me.
Good.
I don't do scary games.
You don't do scary?
Resident Evil, Dead Space. What's the other one that came? Callisto Protocol. They can all just go by. I wouldn't even care. But this does have something because that I was talking about a couple months ago when all those leaks was happening, the Xbox thing, and everybody went crazy on Twitter. And Tim Dog is still in crazy space. I'm gonna tell you this. This is the problem with leaking things way too early. And Jez said he's gonna stop doing it, but when you say something, because there are thousands of games that have we don't know about that has been canceled. Right. Stuff get canceled all the time. I'm pretty sure Microsoft cancels stuff all the time. Sony, we know they cancel stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. Stuff, and when you leak stuff, and then the company, all they got to say is, we never put that out. No, that's not true because they never put it out. So one of your friends or a disgruntled employee or somebody who shouldn't been talking in the first place told you something, and and now you trying to defend your honor, that your information is correct by saying you can believe EA if you want to. And don't get it twisted. I am not defending EA.
Yeah, I know. No one wants to step on that grenade.
I'm not defending EA, even though I'm going to buy NCAA when it comes out in a couple months. But I am not defending EA. But the simple fact is, a lot of these people who doing it for the clicks or the views or the notoriety or for their site or whatever, they put out this stuff years in advance. I mean, years. What's the game that IO was making? That it might not even be exclusive anymore because of the contract or something like that. That the Project Dragon or something like that. It was one of those.
The Dragon one. Yep.
One of those games. So, and they got put out that it was an Xbox exclusive. Something happened with a contract, and I think that's like multi-plat now. So it's a lot of things. They some of these dudes need to wait. They need to wait till these things gotta get out of pre-production and everything till we know it's 100% sure this thing coming out. But hey, to each his own on it. I could care less about the Dead Space.
You're not listen, Ray. Don't be ashamed. You're not the first person on this podcast to go, I don't fuck with scary games. So.
Oh, I'm not ashamed. I'm not even ashamed at all.
He's owning it. All right, that's cool. Love to see it. Slomo, what about you, man? Are you Dead Space fan? Does this? I feel like you might be in the same boat as Ray. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't play these kind of games. Like I don't like the whole. Hey, we're gonna give you a wad of bubble gum and some paper clips. Go fight all these aliens. Like what? Why are you just like artificially like weakening me to make these like slowly moving enemies? Like it's not that I'm scared, okay? Like because a lot of people try to like, you get scared slow mo. I'm like, look, like, I appreciate the sounds and everything, like all the weird sounds in the back. I don't care about none of that stuff, but still at the same time, can you at least give me a weapon?
I know there's a gun around here somewhere with all these tools and stuff. There's one gun around here.
Yeah, like just give me the tools to survive and I'm good. But like outside of that, I'm cool with Jeff Grubb. I like Jeff Grubb, and I think he's good dude. Grubb he's got a lot of sources, and I think he's learned over time that you're gonna say some things, and then things will change, and then people are going to be like, why'd you say XYZ? And he's going to be like, I think at this point he's just figured it out, because I remember back like 3 years ago, before I even knew who he was the guy that was like, hey, EA is doing a remaster of the Mass Effect trilogy. And people was like, shut up.
You crazy. Yeah.
Right. And he was just like, no, seriously, it's the thing. He was the only one saying it. And people called him a liar. People called him all this stuff. It's fake. EA did their whole little showcase for the summer, and they didn't mention it. And he was like, see, you're a freaking liar, you weirdo with big hair. And then like later on in the year, they did the announcement, and then it was like out later that year. And it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you have to kind of be willing to put yourself out there and have thick skin to take the bullets when things don't come out or in the time period that you said it would be, or if things change. But you know what you know. And it's, people tell me things sometimes, but I kind of like follow behind what. I'm no journalist, but I know why journalists do what they do, and they only say things, real journalists, that is, right? I'm not going to come out publicly with what this information unless I get like 2 to 3 independent sources actually verifying the things that I'm hearing, so that one, I'm protecting each individual source, because like if only one person tells me this and then I go public with it, I've just burned that one person.
You just burned the source.
And that's just stupid.
I can't stand when people say that, Slomo. Like, show your sources. Be like, do you know how journalism works? The second they do that, that fucking source is dead forever. You're never getting information ever again.
Right. That person might lose their job for saying what they said. So like, why would you put them in that situation? And they trusted you to give you that information. So of course, it's like those things you're not going to say. That said, I think there's a lot of gray area here, and I do believe Grubb is correct when he says that when they don't talk about which part is incorrect, because from I think Jason Schreier is the one that came out and said there was never a Dead Space 2 remake, but it was a Dead Space game that was shelved. So it's still like maybe what Grubb heard was slightly inaccurate, that it wasn't a Dead Space 2 remake. But when EA uses that like technicality to say there's no validity to this whatsoever, and it's just like, just because the information is 5% wrong doesn't mean you get to deny everything, buddy. This is not how this works. But I have a theory with this whole thing about why EA Motive is now working on Battlefield. And I don't think it really has anything to do with Dead Space. I think Dead Space sold fine for the kind of game it is. It's a horror game. Those games don't sell like Elden Ring numbers or Cyberpunk numbers like that, right? So I think they were fine with it, which is the reason why EA Motive was going forward with a new Dead Space game after this was done. All the talk around that game when it came out was positive. There was no, hey, we're disappointed with sales. The reviews were pretty good. I think, and so I remember an interview where Andrew Wilson, the CEO of EA, was asked about the ABK deal. And he said he's all for it. He loves it. Because
why would he say that,
Slomo? Because at the time, he thought Call of Duty was going to be exclusive to Xbox and PC. And he saw this huge area, this gap that was going to be on PlayStation. And he said, hey, we could fill that gap. We could be the first-person shooter on PlayStation. And even though Call of Duty is staying on PlayStation, guess what PlayStation's not doing? They're not marketing that game no more. They're not pushing that game anymore. They need a game to push now against that game. And hey, here's a franchise that has got a pretty big name. It's not as big as Call of Duty, but you don't have to develop it. You don't have to put money behind it outside of marketing dollars and a couple of bundles when it comes out in the fall. I think they really are angling to be that franchise for Sony and PlayStation. Yeah. And the only way you're going to do that is if you can be able to try to match the cadence that Call of Duty comes out with. Then you can't probably do year to year like they're doing, but maybe every other year. But in order to do that, you can't have DICE be the only developer that's making those games. You got to have DICE, a couple other studios, and some support studios. And so when you're making your EA motive and you're making a game that sells a couple of million, that's great and all. Hey, look, it's nice. Like, come over here and start working on this Battlefield game, please. Thank you. Like this is pretty much what ABK did with Toys for Bob. You know, they weren't like, that studio wasn't created to be a support studio for Call of Duty, but where they end up doing under Activision, being a support studio for the COD machine. And so this is where I see things are really going. They're trying to gear up Battlefield. They had all these extra studios. One of them
Vince
got shut down
over there now too, right?
Vince is heading it all up. Marcus Leto was there for a short time. He was supposed to be working on a Battlefield campaign. They're doing a lot of stuff for Battlefield to kind of get it to that level of status. And I think, long story short, that's really the reason why they're doing all this. It's Dead Space had to be shelved again so that Battlefield will have more content. Right.
I honestly, I knew exactly where you're going with that. I really like that theory because I thought something very similar with Battlefield going, hey, PlayStation, we got something for you over here. Obviously, Battlefield has to fix itself. I think it's in a good state now, but first impressions matter, and they came out the gate with really, 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 really bad impressions of the last game. So hopefully, like Vince, Zambella, and everyone can get their shit together.
I mean, when you launch a game with no scoreboard.
Yeah, dude, I was like, this cannot be real life, dude. I was working with a different set of people back in the day when that came out, and we did a review on it, and it was us just fucking making fun of it because the bugs were so bad. Like, we were in a chopper going around in Battlefield, and the chopper was completely invisible. So it was just a bunch of dudes, 4 dudes, like just flying around, fucking like, what the fuck is happening? Very fun review though.
The hit detection was awful. Netcode was awful. I tried it that long, and I quit, which is like, I'm shooting at a guy. I unloaded the entire magazine in the dude. He didn't even know I was there. I was behind him. He's just, I don't know. I guess he was bulletproof or something. He turned around and then one shot me, and I'm like, all right, thanks.
Y'all said Motive was working on it, right?
Yeah, they're working on Battlefield now.
Yeah, that's Jay. Another one of the things Jay Raymond touched and never finished, right?
Not the Dead Space, but that studio. She was in charge of that studio at one point. Yeah.
Why does I'm gonna kind of.
Hey, listen, Ray. She left, and Motive made one of the best, in my opinion, the best remake of all time. That's how good the Dead Space remake is, by the way. It's excellent.
Why is she so popular?
Thank you.
Is it because she's just because she's a pretty face?
Thank you. Been saying that for years.
I understand that.
She
I was about to say. Well, I'm just saying. Even
the second one, I think
the second one. She Brotherhood. I think she also did. I think she did Brotherhood. But
what's she done for me lately though, Ray?
Yeah, that was like what 15 years ago. Like,
exactly.
I didn't have any kids at that time. Like
my kids own Switches now. What is happening? Yeah,
she is the one person that I think get more passes than anybody in this gaming industry. Like Cliffy B, like you see, he begging for jobs around here, but she just get to go as will as she please. And this next gun, she got the hers the one the Jello hamburger game, right? That's that's Concord.
She is her studio is Fair Games.
Oh, that was the little
that's
spy,
a shooter, right?
The game is a service game, right?
Yeah, it's like Payday, but it's like Extraction. I don't know. The whole thing was a teaser trailer that was all CG and not a second of gameplay. So we don't really know.
That's all she does is show. But that's all she does is show teaser trailers. She never gets to the finish game. I don't understand why she is so beloved. I don't get it, and I think it's because she's
right there with you, Ray. I love that you said that. Yeah. Good points. I love that you said that. I've been saying that for a long time too. And people are like, you just hate women. Like, no, I just want to know what the hell she's done in the last 15 years because I ain't seen it. And
I bet you she leaves. I bet she leaves
after Fair Games.
She might not even make it to Fair Games. Like most of the time, she don't even make it to the game. she might not make it to fair game.
I got a bad feeling about that extraction.
She was
shooter.
with
I really do.
she was
I don't
with
know what it is.
Google, wasn't it? Wasn't
Yep.
Stadia, yeah.
Stadia, yep.
She's not making it.
It's almost like watch where she goes to avoid it. You know, she's almost like the goddamn Grim Reaper lately.
The Grim Reaper? The Grim Reaper studio.
Wherever she goes, just run in the opposite direction.
Put out
Jim
again.
Ryan going next. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh
shit.
well.
Cage Feeler says, OG Dead Space freaked me out so much I had to go out for a smoke, then watch an episode of South Park before I could jump back in. Yeah, that game is scary as shit. Absolutely. Really good game, though. But we can move on from that. We got one more, at least major topic that we could talk about real quick, guys, and that's Ubisoft Forward. I'm just curious from you guys that should be coming up. I think June 10th is what it's been confirmed to be. Any games, I'll start with you, Slomo, any games that you're looking forward to coming from Ubisoft that possibly could be at this Ubisoft Forward event June 10th? Anything you're looking forward to?
I would say this. I think Ubisoft does a really good showcase in June. Like I think the last two Ubisoft Forwards have been really good.
The last one was good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we will probably get like 10 minutes of Star Wars Outlaws. Like I think they're going to show a lot of that. Hopefully, like some of the visual stuff that people are freaking out about will be cleared up. Like I like Massive Entertainment. They did the Division games. Their engine, the Snowdrop engine, is one of the best engines out there. The one thing that Massive has always been very like every studio has a weakness, and their weakness has always been faces and facial expressions. Like if you played the Division games, you did not play them because your character looked like a handsome devil, right? he looked like he got hit in the face with a brick.
The blender.
His eyebrows never moved and stuff.
Right. So
he's got one up here, one down there.
This is why a lot of people wear masks. Like if you wear a mask in a Division, because you're like, hey, look, man, I'm kind of Jason over here. So it's just like these are things they had to work on, and I thought they made some progress with Avatar. I thought the facial, like the cutscenes and the facial expressions looked really good. I was like, oh man, they kind of turned the corner, and then I see like the difference between the announcement trailer, which was likely all in engine, to this most recent story trailer, which looked like it was running on maybe like a PC or one of the consoles. I don't know, but clearly there's a difference. There's a difference in how they do their hair. I did a whole video on my channel once on like black hair in video games and just hair in general.
I remember that.
And
that was a good
we
video.
all got the comb over dreads.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But you know, even before then it was just afros, cornrows, and bald head. That's all black people got, you know. So but like I did a whole breakdown of how, because I wanted to do research to make sure I did it accurately, and I did the whole breakdown on how hair is done in video games with hair cards and stuff. And it's just I'm looking at their trailer like, oh man, that's not it. Like I'm looking and seeing like this isn't going to work. So I do think that they need to shore some of those things up. But I feel like we'll see like 10 minutes of gameplay of that, because that's coming out in August. I saw someone mention X Defiant. Yeah, I would say maybe an X Defiant trailer or an announcement of another beta for it. But that game was supposed to have been out. And
I know.
After Insider Gaming did their kind of expose exposing how like ridiculous the development of that game is, it's like every time Call of Duty does something different, they go, "Oh, copy that," and it's like, "Nah, fam. How about you just drop your game?" Okay, so I don't know. Like, maybe the Division 3. And the Assassin's Creed game, the new Assassin's Creed game that's coming.
The Japanese one.
Yeah, because Division 3 is in development right now. And
Heartland, I think, right?
I don't know if Heartland's ever going to come out.
That is something they are showing. I do know they're showing Heartland.
You think they're going to show? Okay.
Really?
All right.
It's in beta, and I might have not played it or not.
Yeah, you know what? I you know, there's all those NDAs. They already blocked me from it because I talked about it before, so I don't give a damn. I played Heartland, okay? It don't play nothing like the Division. It's an extraction shooter. It wants to be Escape from Tarkov, and I thought I thought it was a hot garbage. And I ain't like it.
From what let me go around it. From what I've seen online, it'd be kind of like what they try to do is do the Dark Zone as a whole game.
Right.
That's what if you want to. That's what it is. It's the dark zone with the whole thing. That's the premise of it, and it's been in development for years now. So hopefully, I think that's what they're showing. I don't think they're going to show Division 3 for a while.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because Massive
will be a minute before it comes out. Yeah,
because Massive's making Star Wars. So and them and Red Storm collab on Division. So I think it'd be a while before we see another Division 3. But I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, you good. I when I said I thought we would see it would be more like a teaser trailer, like just because they already did an announcement
just
that it was in development. Yeah, but that's what the people, the hardcore gamers on social media see. When you want to make a big announcement, you do go to your show. You get the little like the watches with the emblem, the division stuff. You do a little teaser, maybe throw in some stuff that would be new and different that we didn't get from the previous 2 games, and then that's it, like a 1-minute teaser, just letting people know that it exists. Meanwhile, like really behind the scenes, you don't really have much of a game yet at that time. But I know like Heartland is definitely something that they want to push as something that can be like a substitute for Division fans until Division 3 comes out. But I don't know. I don't. As a Division guy, look, I actually like 100% achievement that game on the first one on Xbox, and I got a gazillion hours in Division 2. I'm just like, I played Heartland. I was like, no, this is not for me. Although I hate a trashy shooter, so maybe that's part of it. But I think that and the new Assassin's Creed would be kind of like the things that they want to really push the most. Maybe that Assassin's Creed game would be like their one more thing that they really show, they really like highlight as, hey, especially considering those games sell like crazy. Yep. So they'll definitely want to make sure that's the game that everyone's hyped for.
Yeah. Do you guys know if that? I don't know too much about the new Assassin's Creed. Is it supposed to go back to open world outside of like? Well, I know. Yeah. It's the open world. It's open world. It's more open world instead of linear like the last one. Yeah. Because it's funny that we were talking about what people want, and everyone asked for a linear Assassin's Creed, and then it didn't sell very well. So
nobody bought it.
Maybe they didn't want linear. That's what I wanted, but it's fine. Ray, anything you're looking forward to at the Ubisoft Forward? I always want to call it a direct, but Ubisoft Forward.
Let me put my Ubisoft fanboy hat on.
Go for it.
Because I know it's a lot of people that hate Ubisoft, but they have so many great IPs. Now, Splinter Cell supposed to get a remake? I would love for them to show that.
Yeah, down for that.
I mean, I'll be honest. We be all
that's in development.
Yeah, I will. They talk a lot about like Gears trilogy and stuff. You can remake just about any of those Splinter Cells, and I'll be down for it. Can we? And we was actually just like you were talking during Halo about games. We were talking last night. We were talking the same thing in games, and we actually got on Ubisoft because I want Ubisoft to actually make a real Ghost Recon, like one of the 360. I don't need I like Wildland and being open world and all that, but I want you to go back to the multiplayer shooter, Ghost Recon, Future Warfare, I think what it was called, stuff like that. Yep. Let's go. Let's get a real one like that. And then
you want to plan out the op, like get it to like kind of determine where you would go, and you do it all ahead of time, and then jump in and yeah.
Further, we got a fake Rory in the chat. I made it, Mama. I made it. I got somebody trolling me. I'm gonna keep going. Just go down the line.
Go for it.
Rainbow Six. Can we get a real because I know Rainbow Six Siege sells a lot and they've been selling for a while. We were supposed to get a story-based Rainbow Six and we have not got it. I think it was like Rainbow Six Patriot or something back in the day. Yep. Let's get a real I want to propel down on buildings and shit like they were doing back in the day. What was it called? Was it Rainbow Six? Was it Vegas? It was something. I can't remember the name of it.
Vegas,
Yes. Oh my god, I love that game so much. That was so good.
So I would like them to do that, and I think I want them to do 400, like a 402, because I know it didn't sell, but that game has a community that to this day They are serious. Them dudes are serious at 400. They do a little stomp or whatever they do to begin the fight, and they only run ones, which means they only 1-on-1s. So I want them to maybe it's time for 402 in the generation. And as you said, I think the one more thing, I think because their biggest franchise is Assassin's Creed, they're gonna show another Assassin's Creed
for sure.
And it's gonna be the Japan one, or I think it's called Red, Assassin's Creed Red.
Yep.
And besides the suspension of Skull and Bones, since I'm the only one playing, I guess I'll be the only one buying it. Can we get a new Watch Dogs? I know we got one in the beginning of the generation, and a lot of it didn't sell well. The one that was in England or London or wherever it was, or Great Britain. Can we get a Watch Dog kind of going back to the this fake Ray is making me laugh. But yeah, probably Watch Dogs. I think Watch Dogs. We can get another one of the Watch. I think that's what I want from Ubisoft Forward. They have a lot of IPs, and I kind of want them to start pumping some of them out.
Have you heard of Ready or Not? The game Ready or Not?
I have heard of it. I haven't seen too much of it, but I have heard of it.
Yeah, it's it's very much in the vein of like old school Rainbow Six games where you clear rooms, you're zip tying, you're releasing hostages, zip tying the terrorists, watching them and everything. But the AI is very smart. They'll do things like you'll break into a room and the AI will be hiding behind the door, shotgun you from the door, like you can die just like that. Like it's very much like
that's out now PC only, right?
Yeah, it's PC only. I heard this coming to consoles, but I do think that I mention it because I feel like I think Ubisoft got into a mode where everything had to be very much the same format, and their old school games, it kind of felt like no one's really checking for that no more. But then you see a game like Ready or Not do relatively well, even though it's coming from a very much a smaller developer, and it kind of can show you that you can still do these kind of games. You just do it with a much bigger budget, and you should be good to go. So I feel like, I would love to see that. Although whether Ubisoft does it or not, who the heck knows?
Don't they have
trends?
Don't they have a Prince of Persia that they put back in the oven for a little bit?
That thing look horrible.
Yeah, it's starting over from scratch apparently, according to like some inside sources. Like it's been totally scrapped, and they're starting from the very beginning, I guess. Which I guess is good if it was shit, right?
Yeah. One more thing we were talking about last night, I almost forgot. Let's re-show Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh God, yeah.
They showed it a while. They actually showed demos. They had it on the YouTube channel and everything. That they were the director. I know he left or retired and whatever he did, and that's why they stopped showing it. But I think they need to re-show that one again also.
I would love to see that. I was starting to think that was a Skull and Bones type of game. Like, is this actually real? Like, I didn't know if I was believing it after a while. But yeah, Sands of Time. It was Sands of Time. Thank you. What about you, Dave? Anything you're looking forward to? Or
yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars. Outlaws, of course.
No, man. It's definitely gotta be Splinter Cell, man. That's the key right there. Splinter Cell. That's But we need that. We need an update. We need to see something engine. We need some kind of so we can see the level of upgrade and quality they're gonna throw into it. And as we start to wrap things up, I got just a few more minutes because we gotta. Slomo's got a hard out. We want to make sure we do that for him.
Yes, sir.
And I want to get your take on that. But I do want to say thank you and welcome out to all the 406 people watching either on YouTube or on X, and we greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here and joining us tonight. Amazing guests and panel tonight, and it's awesome to have you here. Also, just a quick reminder's note that as soon as we are done here, the show will, if you stick around, it'll automatically, if you're on YouTube, take you to Pixelated Echoes, which is a Fuzzy Belvedere and 3-Bit with their guest as well, that are going to be continuing the conversation about gaming. So if you're into want to hang out, and we'll just send you over there automatically. You don't have to go anywhere. So yeah, RHETRI, what are you thinking?
I'm with you on Splinter Cell. I mean, I just Dude, we've been bugging for this game forever. Yeah, you know it's weird because I actually thought that was a lightsaber when you first did it because it's like it's not coming through all the way in my headphones for some reason.
That's funny.
So obviously I'm looking forward to Star Wars Outlaws. Thank you. Massive, you know, to Slomo's point, the Snowdrop engine is it's great. So I'm hoping that game's going to be awesome. I really like what Ray was bringing back some just old school stuff. When he said Rainbow Six Vegas, yeah. Like, I don't even care if it was a remake or something. Rainbow Six Vegas was so fucking good. I would like to see that come back. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for me. The Assassin's Creed Red. We've been begging for Japan forever for them to do that setting. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's probably it for me, Dave.
Cool.
I'm just excited that we're getting a showcase. So
Me too. One of the topics on the thumbnail was we were going to talk about some of the next Xbox possibilities. We totally just kind of we got so many other things popped up, and we're next week. That's going to be our topic for next week. So I will update the thumbnail because I don't want anybody to think we're clickbaitty type thing. It was strictly a
gotcha.
We just kind of prioritized. No, not at all. And one thing I want to comment on some as Gabs put in there that about Reforged Gaming saying that Gear 6 will run only at 60 frames per second on the PlayStation Pro 5. Well, first of all, Pro 5 is still rumorware, not been announced, so it's not really an official software. And until it actually is, I don't believe it's coming. And Reforged, well, I've interviewed him. He's a good guy with some points, but he's way off on this because Gears is never coming to PlayStation. Sorry for you. If you think it is, clip this out and you can slam me on it later. I like that. We've been baited. That's it. That's the ticket. No, we supplied SloMoBackSlap and we supplied Ray. That's was on. They were on thumbnail. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Thank you all so much for being here tonight, man. We really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody for joining us, and of course, Fark you. I just had to say that. But yeah. So Slomo, tell everybody where they can reach out to you and find you.
Oh yeah, no problem. I appreciate the invite. Glad to be here. It was had a good time as usual. You can find me on my channel, SloMoBackSlap, as well as on the Damage Per Second podcast channel with my homie Game and Forte. He can't pronounce anything correctly. He typically falls asleep on me during podcasts, as well as will and then he'll do this thing where like the only time he wakes up and he's like adamantly engaged is when I slander or basically tell the truth about Destiny. Then he gets really angry. So come on down and watch us yell at each other for 2+ hours. It's a great time.
It is a good time.
Is he on camera when he does this?
Sometimes yeah, sometimes no. You know, like, but when he's not on camera, he also eats during the show too. And then like I'll catch him eating, and then he'll be like, I wasn't eating, and then like he's like I'm trying to finish swallowing while his mic is muted and stuff. And their whole chat's like he was clearly eating. He's lying. It's just like it's I love. He's like a brother to me. I love him, but he's a good dude. He is. But yeah, I do gotta run. I gotta get these kids in bed. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, a great rest of your week, and take care.
Man.
Thank you, sir. We'll have you back on soon, hopefully.
Here, man.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
See ya. All right, Ray, please tell everybody where they can find you. Tell everybody about your new show and all that kind of good stuff, and how much you love Dirk Riggedy and Shaun.
Hey, those my bros though. Like
they are.
Shaun and Dirk, those my bros. Whenever I need help with any of this YouTube world, I can ask them and they automatically tell me. Them and Joey and Dev and the rest of the gang. So those the bros, man. It wouldn't be an XCC if it weren't for them. So, but y'all can find me. All y'all gotta do is type in Ray Xbox. I'm the only one that pops up, and we are on Mondays. Not Mondays, shit. Wednesdays at 7:15 p.m. Central Time, and we have a show on Saturday. We have a morning show is at 9:15 Central Time. And y'all know how if a lot of the people they usually in my chat anyway, and you know we are the most lighthearted. So, like we might not talk about games for 30 minutes. Like we might get on music. We might be arguing about something else. And like he said, one of his co-hosts falls asleep. My co-host drinks. So,
Yeah.
so you know, it is what it is. We have so much fun over there, and you know, everybody. We make sure we get the chat engaged, and we have a good time over there. A lot of these guys in here, they be in there, and we and like fuck you. He was one of the day ones, so they was there. They was there last year when it was 7 people in the chat. And now we have over 100. So and we just have fun. We're growing, and we're gonna keep on. We are in that Wednesday slot where a lot of people decided to come, but when I was
alone,
man, when I started it,
packed.
Bro, when I started it, I literally picked Wednesdays because it wasn't packed. Like, all I gotta do is deal with Boomstick, and then I turned my head. Everybody wants Wednesday. Like, y'all couldn't think of no better day to go against yeah, I guess y'all did want to go against Curtin, what's his name, Colt and Dirt on Monday, but Tuesdays, y'all go Tuesdays or Thursdays or Fridays.
Yeah,
leave me alone.
Tuesdays is good until RDX comes back.
If they come back, because they've been gone since November, like Wycliffe, so they've been gone for.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
I hope he's good. I hope so. You know, I like
Diller.
I like Diller, but
amazing.
Yeah, but
Diller's missed right now. We definitely need Diller back.
Yeah, and but like I said, but Wednesday is a battleground, and like I said, we go against the big. Like my show actually go against the big. Like a lot of these guys kind of go around the big boy. Well, it was Boomstick. Like a lot of people got to go around Boomstick. They don't go on at the same time. I'm the one that goes on in the middle of his show. So we have fun doing that, and I see that people just slowly coming. And hey, we're gonna keep growing out here.
Love
we're not
to
going
see it,
nowhere.
man. Keep doing your thing. Consistency is key. You know how this game goes, man.
Yeah,
and you keep doing it.
And we appreciate you being on here tonight, man. Great job.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, we gotta do it again. Because I would love to talk about that that Xbox.
We'll get you back. Yeah, it's especially at the June showcase, and we have some announcements.
That's gonna be one.
Right there with you. Look at that. Fuck you. Proud of you, Ray. There you go.
Fuck you. Thank you.
There you go. Oh goodness. So, RHETRI, buddy, please tell everybody.
Sure.
Where they can find you as I drop it in the chat a couple times.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, Game Pass _daily, and Game Pass Daily on my channel. We got the new podcast as well. We got some competition as well. We're on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we just did our show yesterday. That's with Red Dead Panda and Next Gen Nero. They're my family now, man. Like I just love podcasting. So definitely check that out, guys. I know a lot of you are already subscribed over there. We passed 1,000 subscribers a few weeks ago, so super happy about that shit. We will get our watch hours up, so we'll be doing memberships and all that good stuff that comes along with it, super chats and all that stuff. Because everyone keeps bugging me. Everyone keeps telling me to turn on the super chats like it's just a button I can press. I'm like, no.
No, it's not that.
Thank you. But I got to get my stats up first. But appreciate the hustle. Ray, I will definitely be reaching out to you too, brother, to come on our show. You're our type of guest, 100%. Thank you for coming out tonight, brother. Yes. It was a really good time. Thank you to Slomo. Thank you everyone in the chat. We had a ton of people, man, between Twitter and YouTube. We were over 400 people. So, we appreciate the support. This is still relatively new podcast here too. You guys are absolutely killing it for us. So I cannot thank you guys enough. And thank you, Dave, obviously, for letting me be part of this,
buddy. No worries. Yeah. The show wouldn't be anything without you, man. So I appreciate you. And if you get a chance, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to this channel. Like this video, share it out if you can.
Share it out.
And if you didn't like it, you can definitely
thumbs down it. I don't care.
Thumbs down. That's fine. Helps us along. Anyway. So
don't tell
either way, we appreciate we appreciate that. And we are now as we wrap the show up here, the closing couple of seconds, this will automatically send you over to it is the Pixelated Echoes podcast. So just hold tight, and if you don't mind, if you do go over and you enjoy it, because Caitlin's over there hanging out in the chat. Mav's over there hanging out in the chat. Yeah, let them know that you're from Gamers Council or the council sent you or whatever you want to do. I see Infant Umbra's over there. Paris is over there as well already. So yeah. So if you get a chance, go over and check those guys out. We greatly appreciate them as well with 3-Bit and Fuzzy Belvedere. Amazing people. So there you go.
Yeah.
So guys, thanks again for joining us here on the Gamers Council.